Hello, I'm Jalen Avila, the Pavilion Director here at the Belize Pavilion in the Opportunity District here at Expo 2020 Dubai. So welcome to Belize. So you may ask, where is Belize located? We're located in Central America. We're bordered between Mexico and Guatemala. We're also linked to the Caribbean Sea, so we're also part of the Caribbean, but we're not an island. So let me take you around our pavilion. Mabuiga means welcome, or hello in Garifuna. We have the Mayan section. Here is a cultural wear of the Mayas. This is one of the female dress that they would typically wear. Over this area, we're displaying different Mayan artifacts that were found over the years. So we have here the jade head, which is actually still in country, heavily guarded, so it's one of our most prized possessions and one of the famous Mayan artifacts. Here we have the third largest Mayan temple in country, called Lamanai, and it's located in the northern part of the country. So here we're just showcasing a replica of how the temple looks. When you actually visit Belize, you could actually explore and climb the temple. Here we have the mano and metate, which is used for mashing of cacao or corn. So it's still used in the Mayan community. So here we're showcasing the cacao bean itself, which is something that we actually export, and we do value-added products. So we have a cacao tea, we have a cacao powder, as well as chocolate bars. So there's different value-added products that we make from the cacao itself. Here we have more artifacts. Primarily here, this is a Mayan calendar. So if you're familiar with the movie 2012 When the World Was Supposed to End, it was based on the Mayan calendar itself. This is how the Mayas used to tell time back in the day. So there are different calendars, and this is how they used to track time before the traditional way of how we do it now. Here we could move on to the children's section. So all these paintings were done by children ages 4 to 12. So we're showcasing the talent of our children in Belize. Here for these paintings, these are our national symbols. So we have the toucan, which is our national bird, the black orchid, our national flower, the mahogany tree, our national tree, and the tapir, which is our national animal. All right, so we're showcasing in painting as well. Here on this screen, we're featuring cultural dances from primarily the Creole. We have the Mestizo as well as the Garifuna. So there are different videos showcasing here. So when visitors come in, they could try to learn a move or two while visiting the pavilion. All right, so this one that's showing on the screen is Creole, and that one is called Shine the Shilling.
2, 3, 4. Awesome job, everybody.
On this side, we have the panel section. So here, we're sharing more information about the country's history, economy, investment opportunities, the touristic hotspots. We also are featuring the Great Blue Hole, which is the second largest in the world. It's 125 meters deep, so very popular for tourists to visit and take a dive. We have the second longest barrier reef system, so right after Australia, and that's right there in Belize. We have the only jaguar reserve in the world. So in Belize, we have the rainforest. So there's a lot of outdoor adventures that you could do while you're in the country as well. In this section, we have the musical section. So here we're featuring the primero and the segundo drums, which is part of the Garifuna culture. So upon entering, you may have noticed the Jankona man, the Jankona dancer. This one is a little bit different. So the drummer will typically follow the movement of the dancer. So it's the other way around. It's a little bit of a long process in terms of getting the wood, curing it on the top. You either use deer skin or sheepskin, and then it's tied with rope. So it's a pretty long process in terms of making the drum. But it's very famous, very popular in the Garifuna culture. And when it comes to music, the drum is what makes it happen. We also have the shakas, or what we call the maracas. So when you shake it, it goes along with the drumming, so it creates the rhythm. Here we have our national flag. If you notice, it's very different than other countries because there's actual people on our flag. And so everything has a meaning. The tree in the middle is the mahogany tree, which is our national tree, so it symbolizes the economic foundation. In terms of the two individuals on the flag, one has an oar, the other has an axe. So it symbolizes logwood cutting. So you cut the logwood, they used to transport it via canoe down the river. In terms of the leaves around, it's 50 leaves, which symbolizes the year 1950 when we started on the road towards independence, and that was achieved in 1981. And the red and the blue symbolizes unity. So that's the meaning behind our flag. This one is a mortar and pestle. So again, it is used in the Garifuna culture, and it's used to mash. So typically we will mash plantain, and so they will just mash it until it's soft. And typically for the plantain, we will eat it what we call pudut, which is one of the traditional food of the Garifuna. So it's like a soup, and then you have the mashed plantain and then richness. This is called Handless Kiss. So this is one of a sculpture that was done by a Belizean in country. So we're just showcasing his work here at the Expo. The cow horn. So this is called a 2-foot cow from the Garifuna culture as well. So it's more, in terms of the meaning, it's more of a mockery dance in terms of the resistance to slavery. And so it's actual cow horn. So it's a cow horn, they put on a mask and they put on a red coat. And so it's typically done during the Christmas and New Year's time. So they would put on the suit, dance through the streets. And so it's a big festive time for the Garifuna cultures in Belize. Well, in terms of the rainforest, as we all know, we're facing the climate change situation. And so we're trying our best to work and see how best we could preserve our rainforests that we have. Tourism is one of our #1 sector. So we need to ensure that we preserve the rainforest. We have animals within the rainforest. So we have to work along with different partners and see how we do different projects in terms of keeping it sustainable.